What's up, guys? Welcome back to Deck Tech for Decks. I'm your host Caleb. Shout out to my high contributing patrons. Newsome, you rock. Now, before we get into today's Deck Tech, remember, while everybody else is giving you spoilers, I'm churning out these full Deck Techs. So if you appreciate the work I do, liking, commenting, and subscribing goes a long way. Now, let's get into today's Deck Tech with Mr. Pride over here. And this guy's extremely abusable. We only need a couple things to make this commander work. The first thing is, let's make him unblockable. Just getting rid of the ability to block is going to be amazing for this guy, ensuring that we can easily draw 15 cards a turn. Yeah. 15 cards a turn. That's absurd. And that's only if we activate his ability once. Another thing that's really abusable in this deck is cards that care about us drawing cards. I'm talking about slamming an Ominous Seas and throwing 2 8/8s on the battlefield consistently every turn. Another thing that people might be worried about with this guy is that's mana cost is absurd. But I promise, 2 walls on the battlefield, this guy's hitting the battlefield turn 4 at the latest. Turn 5 probably, but honestly turn 4, very consistent for me. And then once he's on the battlefield, you just take control of the game. You have very efficient blockers, you draw all the key pieces you need because you're drawing 15 plus cards a turn, and then additionally, after you get your key pieces on the battlefield, it's death for your opponents because you're just slamming and hitting them with 15 commander damage. And that's assuming you're not attacking with everything else. So if that sounds like a deck tech you want to get into, let's get into it. Let's kick it off by going over those high toughness creatures so we can get our commander on the board. Shield Sphere, Wall of Junk, and Wall of the Tangle Cord come down super early and really attack our commander's casting cost. Suspicious Bookcase and Mistford River Turtle not only really reduce our commander's casting cost, but additionally will make him unblockable. We have Hover Barrier, Wall of Ice, Glacial Wall, and Wall of Frost. 3 drops that are 0/7s that not only reduce our commander's cost, but in the late game become lethal threats. Overgrown Battlement, Vine Trellis, and Sylvan Carotid are solid ways to add mana while additionally reducing our commander's casting cost. Wall of Blossoms comes down and replaces itself. We're fine with that. Crashing Drawbridge can give all of our creatures haste, which is very useful in a Simic deck that needs to attack. Bedrock Tortoise, this is going to give our creatures hexproof on our turn, and then additionally, this is one of those cards that will let us assign our toughness as combat damage. Walking Bulwark does the same thing, and again comes down early. Orin Frostfang, just some card advantage that just so happens to be a 2/6, so it fits perfectly in the deck. Charix is absolutely massive in this deck. Just dealing 17 damage to someone is kind of brutal. Tree of Redemption is kind of funny in this deck. We can just swap our life total with its toughness and start doming people for lethal. Tower Defense is not only a really useful game ender in the deck, but additionally, if we have 2 elves on the battlefield, I could very easily see us casting this and then casting our commander for 1 mana. Moving on, it's really important that we make our creatures unblockable. That way we can enjoy all that card advantage. Aqueous Form is going to be amazing, comes down early, only 1 mana, and then additionally you do get that scry. K9 Mark 1 also gives us a little bit of protection while again making our commander unblockable. Sword Coast Sailor, again another way to make our commander unblockable. Canopy Covers not only protects our commander but additionally makes it unblockable. Whisper Silk Cloak does something very similar. Again, we have Suspicious Bookcase and Mistford River Turtle. Tetsuko is also really good in this deck. Now, it won't work for our commander, they were probably thinking about that, but for all of the 0/7 walls, yeah, it's going to work perfectly. Invasion of Ikoria is not only a very flexible battle that can tutor for any of our creatures, but additionally, once we flip it over, we're going to be able to assign our damage as though we weren't blocked. Moving on, we have the core of the deck with Ominous Seas. Again, it's very easy to trigger this twice a turn with our commander. Netting 16 power a turn is absolutely insane. Morden Cannon just flat makes 30/30s in this deck. It's very easy to get a massive dog, make it unblockable, and just start taking opponents out. Jolriel, kind of similar, but we also get card advantage, and again, that land creature is going to be extremely massive with flying. Body of Knowledge, something that gives us no maximum hand size while giving us a solid source of card advantage and being massive. Teferi Temporal Pilgrim is absolutely messed up in this deck. It's not hard to get to that -12, and then we are just screwing one opponent over a turn. We will win the game from that. Wizard class, another no maximum hand size while giving us some card advantage. Not to mention, if we do get to that level 3, we are just going to start doming people for lethal. Assault Formation, Tree Folk Umbra, two cards that will allow us to assign our damage as with our toughness instead of our power. Biomancer's Familiar seemed solid, that way we can reduce our commander's casting cost. Zapindra will double up on the toughness as well as the power, so that's just going to turn those 0-7 walls into 0-14 walls. Not to mention our commander will have 30 toughness, which is going to be lethal commander damage. Towering Titan, again, another solid creature that's just going to be massive in this deck. Galta and Last March of the Ents. With all of the cards that we have in our hand, it's going to be almost impossible to cast them all. So casting Last March of the Ents or Galta is a lot easier, and then we can just throw all our creatures onto the battlefield. Beast Whisperer for some solid card advantage, Windfall to refill our hand or draw even more cards if we need to. Guardian Project is going to be solid because we are casting a lot of creature spells. Then we have Heroic Intervention for some solid protection. Meek Stone seems super messed up in this deck. They don't get creatures and we get all the creatures. Moving on to ramp, we have Elvish Mystic, Land War Elves, and Finhorn Elves, Secure Tribe Elder, Farseek, 3 visits, Rampant Growth, Nature's Lore, and then Soul Ring. Just really efficient early ramp on turn 2. That's all we're trying to do. Moving on to interaction, we have our Counterspell package with an Offer You Can't Refuse, Arcane Denial, and Counterspell. Beast Within can get rid of any permanent. Nature's Claim, again, very efficient removal. Kinra's Transformation can absolutely hose over our opponent's commanders. Bane of Progress is going to be really good to hose over the artifact and enchantment players. Filter Out, again, get rid of the artifacts and enchantments. Devastation Tide can, in a pinch, get rid of creature strategies and token strategies if they end up going too wide. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's playtest this. I'm really excited about this deck. Not super expensive, but packs a punch. Yes, we're keeping this. So the play here, tapped land, draw a card. Next turn, go here. I'm gonna seize, not super important, but that is going to come into play later. Boom, Tangle Cord. That's cool. That's already 6 power on the board. We'll go here. We could put 3 more power on the board. That is the play, 100%. And then where are we at with our commander? That's a 2 mana commander. We'll throw out the Meek Stone here. Now this is just going to keep us alive. No creature with power greater than 2 untaps during their... Okay, so now we're just... Like, we're chill. We can't be attacked, essentially. And then we are going to run out our commander for 2 mana because that's fair magic, everybody. And then we're going to run out Ominous Seas. And then things are going to get crazy. You're about to see... Well, oh my gosh. We draw into the Aqueous Form. Who built this deck? Throw out a land. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll attack with our commander, and how about we just draw 15 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's sad. Okay, we did draw into Reliquary Tower, but we will have to go to discard anyway. We do get 15 counters on this, so that's going to net us 1/8/8. And then we already had a counter on it from the start of the turn. Actually, that's 2 8/8s. Fuck yeah. We're going to send it. Kraken, 2 8/8s that don't untap because of the Meek Stone, but that doesn't matter. We don't talk about that. That doesn't care. We don't care. And then we're gonna get rid of land, because we're just gonna draw more cards next turn. We really don't care. Let's keep the walls around because that's gonna be how we win the game. We're just going to have them all unblockable with Tetsuko and just attack for the win. We'll keep the Counterspell. We'll keep the Heroic Intervention. We don't need the Whisper Silk Cloak, and we don't need this either. We can even get rid of this guy here, even though he's amazing in the deck. Okay, let's go to our next turn. Oh my gosh. Treefolk Umbra. Okay. We're going to go here. And then, do we just Tree Folk Umbra and smack someone for 17? That seems like the way. Okay, so what we're looking for here is we're looking for a way for all of our creatures with Defender to attack. Because right now, that's the only piece we're missing to absolutely start destroying these people. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll attack with the commander. We'll deal 17 damage to someone, and we'll draw 17 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think you guys saw it. We have our assault formation right there. And then we can activate this 2 more times, netting us even more tokens. So yeah, give it to me, baby. Make a token copy, make a token copy. I think we can actually get rid of the Meek Stone here if we draw into removal and just, yeah, start doing some gross things. Play out the Soul Ring, tap the Soul Ring. Let's play out Overgrowth for more mana, and then that leaves me a floating blue. Sorry, I have 1 floating here. Where do we go? Oh yeah. Oh, we don't have green mana for that. That's fine. We don't want them to know we have that. We'll run out this defender. Okay, cool. And then we will go to our next turn. Boom. All right, now this is what we're going to do here. We're going to run out... Where is it? Now, I think this is the sucky one. Target creature with Defender can attack this turn. So it kind of sucks that it's targeted, but that's okay. We're still going to get there, especially with our Overgrowth Battlement, because that's 1, 2, 3 defenders on the battlefield. So we can tap Overgrowth Battlement to make all of our defenders be able to attack, if that makes sense. And then we really don't need more card draw, so we're going to attack with Commander here. Kill the guy we just did 17 damage to. Actually, can we pump it a lot? Oh, wait, where is it? Where is it? I saw it. Yeah, Tower Defense. Okay, so boom, boom. That's going to make our Commander lethal for somebody, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Yeah, so that's a 22-22. That currently, I guess it can be blocked. Oh, sorry, no, it can be blocked. Yeah, it can be blocked, but no aqueous form. I'm dumb. Yeah, it can't be blocked. So somebody's dead there. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it doesn't buff the power, but I'm just doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we have 20. Yeah, 20 damage here. 23 damage to the guy that I attacked with this previously. So that's 17 damage with the crocodile, and then 21. So or 23. We're gonna call that 40 damage dead, and then we'll send all the octopi at the other dude, and hopefully that's enough to kill him. If not, we'll kill him next turn. So yeah, that's the deck. You just draw into all the key pieces you need. I know it kind of sounds like you need a lot of pieces, but honestly, as long as you get your commander on the battlefield, you get your commander unblockable, which there's a ton of ways in this deck to make your commander unblockable, you're solid. You really don't even have to make your commander unblockable. You can just make one of those 0-7 walls unblockable, and you're still drawing 7 cards a turn. This deck's insane. Yeah, I'm on a budget. You don't have to put much money into this for it to be super powerful, so that's kind of why I like it as well. And at the end of the day, you get a super unique commander that's also super powerful, draws you a ton of cards, and we all know card draws king, so that's awesome there. And then again, we did have we had Heroic Intervention in hand, Arcane Denial in hand. We had the Meek Stone, so no one was attacking us. But then again, we had a wall of 8/8s. No one was touching us anyway. We had another unblockable source in hand, and this guy was going to be power equal to our hands. We had a tutor, and if we crack this tutor, it makes our it makes all of our stuff pseudo unblockable. We had a ton of ways to get there, so we could have played it safe, held up interaction, and gone for it the next turn, and we would have just slapped a little bit harder with some unblockable creatures, so that would have been cool as well. There's just a lot of ways to get there in this deck. I'm rambling at this point, but I'm just really excited to smash some people with a Crocodile Elk Turtle. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, moving on, I would like to thank my patrons, Newsome, Excessum, Chicken Salad. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all of you. Additionally, I appreciate all my other patrons that join me weekly on the weekly voted deck tech. With that being said, guys, as always, I hope this helped you in your deck building endeavors, and I will see you in the next one.